is up, Horror Hounds? It is a totally different night than the other review that we just did.
So
and
different.
We're back with 4 more wonderful movies that we're going to review tonight. None of which are good. That being said, let's go ahead.
Totally different night.
Totally different night. So our first movie of the evening is a movie called The Arbors, which was recommended not directly to us.
But we watched one of our favorite YouTubers.
One of my favorite
YouTubers.
Yes. Recommended us watching this movie, not directly.
But on his show he did.
He did, and he was like, "You guys need to check out this movie," and we did, and dude, what the fuck? This movie was... Fuck, dude. I don't even... This movie is awkward and uncomfortable and boring.
Bueller.
All good descriptions.
And fucking, like...
So this guy desperately wants to have a meaningful relationship with his brother.
Bingo!
Oh my gosh.
He does. That's
Are you...
that's the whole premise of the movie.
Well, I know, but...
Am I getting a little Freudian here?
Maybe. Why do we not have more of that thing in there? Like, the creature looked like it was going to be really cool.
It looks like a bug.
Every day, federal scientists are looking for new ways to kill bugs.
It looks like that bug from that Bugbear movie that we reviewed a few weeks ago. I think it's...
And she's still so attached to her bear.
It's the same beetle.
No,
species.
my God.
It's basically the same.
It's not. That's it. No.
There's
just because it has extra legs.
That's usually the reason.
Fuck you, dude. Whatever.
I think it was in Starship Troopers.
Okay. All right. This movie was a chore to get through. A chore to get through.
Snooze fest.
It was. And I mean, the trailer makes it out to look like there's going to be a lot of really sweet shit going on in it.
I think that the trailer shows all of the monster scenes that are in the whole movie in the trailer. Then you see blood in this one and you're like, oh, that's interesting. And then you see these teams of, like, scientists that are, looking for something, or they're fumigating for something. Well, they're fumigating for this spider monster. Which looked a lot like, I don't know. What was that other movie that we watched? It was also kind of a slow burn, but it was gross. It was icky. It was this guy who built this puppet, and it was like a metaphor for grief.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man, that monster was so creepy. That was a good example of a movie where you saw too much of the monster, but not even in like a too much too soon kind of way, in like a stop showing it kind of way, like, because it's really disturbing.
Wasn't that a clown or something?
No, it was just a disembodied face that was superimposed onto these long spider legs, and like they just show long, drawn out shots of it.
Fuck, which one? Oh,
I don't know, but it was.
I can't remember.
Was it the puppet?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It was very dark. Like this, though.
It felt really similar to this movie, but that movie was all the creep factor that this movie was missing.
Like, way better.
That was a gross monster, and it was a good metaphor, I thought. Yeah, with the way that you cling up. It was either guilt or grief. It was a metaphor for one or both. No, maybe survivor's guilt. Am I thinking?
I think
maybe. I don't know, but it was.
This fucking movie, however, was fucking. Oh my gosh, dude! It was so slow. So slow, and not only was it boring, slow, and confusing, but it was just flat. This movie was not scary. This movie was fucking hard hard fucking watch to get through. And you wanted more of anything to happen in this fucking movie. We just rewatched the ending because neither one of us remembered it because it was so fucking flat. It wasn't worth. It wasn't
So this guy, I can't remember how he stumbles upon it. I think he just finds it in a hole in the ground or something. He finds this little critter. This little leggy critter. And, he's like, oh, well, me and my brother used to, catch creepy crawly things, so maybe my brother would like this, and this will be the key to me getting into his good graces.
He captures this bug thing. And he puts it in a box.
Who's in the box?
And he's like, man, I bet my brother would like to see this. Because it's cool. And so he puts it in his garage and he continuously, throughout the entire fucking movie, tries to get his brother to come over and look at this fucking bug that he caught. He's like, hey, I got something I want to show you. And his brother's just like completely disinterested. Which is understandable because
There's got a wife and a kid, and he's got a life outside of all of this.
After watching this movie and the character development that happened with the main character, like, I'd be disinterested too. Like, oh cool, you caught a bug? Go fuck yourself. Why don't you take care of your bug in your fucking garage or whatever you're doing with it.
The Arbor was not great.
No. Nope. Some people die in it.
Yeah, the monster turns out to be like some kind of alien or something, or some kind of weird new species, and that's what those scientists that were all lab coated out, they were
protecting themselves from COVID.
They had the PPE on. So what I was just thinking, like, that's embarrassing when, like, your only job is to go out and find this creature and then he offs all of you in the same abandoned building. Like, that's, I don't know. Like, I felt like they were trying to make this kind of unclear link between this guy and this creature. Like, that's where I thought they were gonna go with it. I thought they were gonna push this guy, this is another metaphor for this man who's actually a serial killer. I don't think that he is, though. I don't think that's what it was. I think it was just some kind of weird alien, because why would the scientists be there otherwise, Or maybe that's the key to the whole movie. Maybe it was just the innocent Arbors. I don't know that ate it, because he was also there.
Laborers.
I don't know. I would say we should rewatch it.
No.
But I don't want to.
No, I would never rewatch this movie.
So,
do you have a good time with that?
No, I didn't. I did not have a good time. Yeah. I kept, like, checking the timestamps to see when it was going to be over.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and not to say stuff didn't happen, like his landlord's kid died, and he felt obligated to hide the body because he was hiding the creature that killed him, and then the creature killed his niece.
But we didn't even get to see any of the fun parts.
You just got to see the memorials.
Yeah, dude, it was all aftermath bullshit, and, like, we got glimpses of the creature.
I mean, you got to see a little girl on a swing and then no longer on the swing. I mean,
that's standard.
Pretty, yeah. I mean, this is not a gore fest if that's what you're looking for. No. It was also not the psychological thrill ride that we were promised.
Bueller.
Or the creature feature that we were also promised.
No, he never promised a creature feature.
Well,
that was our assumption.
But yeah, because it looked like it was going to be a creature feature. It was supposed to be.
Well,
it was supposed to be
I would say the
feature.
trailer promised that.
All right. The Arbors was not worth checking out. No good. Very boring. Very hard to get through.
Even if you have some deep-seated, like, sibling, shit to work through, like, it still doesn't do.
No.
It's
no thanks.
Feeds no needs for me.
Try again. Try harder next time. Moving on to number 2, we have Bad Dreams from 1988. I know we did an 88 film last week. or month, or whenever the
I
fuck that
couldn't
was.
remember when that was.
Me neither. It's so weird. This movie came up on the... Fuck, what was the name of that documentary? Search of Darkness. Part 2, I believe, is where I retrieved this gem. This movie featured a bunch of like B-lister, A-list horror movie actors. I know that doesn't make very much sense. What?
That house looks like the house from that movie, Christina's. Not movie, sorry. That painting, Christina's World. I mean, minus the VW bus.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
You should pull it up.
Oh.
That's what it looks like. There is missing a young girl in I think a blue floral pattern dress staring back at the house. It looks like she's abused.
Oh, no, not pink. Make it blue.
It's a good painting. That's what this house looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have to pull it up.
I will. Alright, so we've got
That guy
the
was
man,
so gross.
The
Every
man who
feature
needs
on
no
his...
makeup.
No, shit, dude. I feel like he was wearing his burn makeup underneath his face somehow, and that's why his face looks like that. Because this guy, everything about every feature on his body is... He looks like a cult leader.
Which leads into
Funny
our
enough.
plot synopsis of the movie. So the movie begins with this fucking freak show being this cult leader, like Jim Jones style kind of.
Yeah, here comes Kool-Aid, here comes Kool-Aid, I'm gonna save the day.
Like, no, what are you talking about? We're just gonna cover ourselves in gasoline, which we didn't know. We just thought he was like pouring water over people in the beginning. It was real
It looks
weird.
like a baptism, like a still water baptism or something, if you've seen any of those.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure
He's
they're
got like
super popular on YouTube.
And out of the homeless kid.
It's got like a
But
big ladle, and he's just like dumping it over people's heads and stuff, and then they go and sit back down or whatever. And so all of these people get baptized, what have you. Obviously it's gasoline. And then he lights the entire place on fire. And this little girl
didn't want to get baptized.
didn't want to be baptized by fire. So
Oddly enough, though, they start the film off with him and her coming out of a bedroom, presumably by themselves, to a room full of, like, you know, young hippies, because it's in the 70s, right? Because she's in a coma. After this happened, she's in a coma for, like, 10 years, I think, something ridiculous.
yeah.
And they're like, oh, is that a record? And the guy's like, no, like 37, I think.
It's a CD.
Anyway, so, but you're led to believe, and for no reason at all, that, like, maybe this guy was also a molester of some kind before this happens, which would, I think, play into, like, the psychological trauma that happens. I mean, like, I guess it would be pretty traumatic to watch a room full of people willfully set themselves on fire. But I would imagine it would be a lot more traumatic if you had just been molested by the cult leader right beforehand. I'm just trying to figure out why they would put that in the movie unless... What, are you going to censor this too?
No.
What was the point of putting that in the movie at all? Because it never even came up later. It was just... Maybe just to start it off like, oh, is this a creepy uncle? Is this a dad? I don't know. I kept thinking that they were going to go back to that for some reason because it seems like a weird way to start the film off if they're not gonna... It doesn't matter. Anyway, this girl's fucked up.
Yeah, Yep.
Whatever else must have happened.
So what ends up happening is she sleeps for X amount of years or whatever. I slept too long. She wakes up in the 80s, the late 80s, and shit's different. And now she's in a psychiatric ward or something. And there's a bunch of people there, including Dottie.
That's the thing, I like you too.
Daddy!
She's part of like this borderline personality breakfast club.
Oh yeah,
and,
and it's real fucking, like, most of it's very irritating.
You've got all your typecast characters there too. Like everyone, I think, is represented.
Yeah.
I think she's the Molly Ringwald.
Oh, there's Dottie right there.
Oh yeah. From Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah. So
She was definitely Ali Sheedy. Ali Sheedy's character. Dandruff girl.
And all of these deaths start happening, and like a bunch of like really just ridiculous, over the top, like suicides happen, and she's
perspective
convinced
of everybody else, but she can see her former cult leader's ghost,
that
because his whole cult premise is like, okay, we all off
we all
ourselves
go out
together.
Listen, kid, we're all in it together.
We die in love or whatever. Yeah. And so he is haunting her, and he's like, you got to keep your promise. You know, former cult child.
And if you don't,
you need to kill yourself willfully.
I'm gonna have to take out some of your friends. So sorry about that. Over the top death scenes. You know, the doctors are convinced that everyone's just like killing themselves. They start posting guards outside of everyone's house, or everyone's room, everyone's house. They live in the same fucking building.
Look at those nails.
Well, they're manicured.
Those are glued onto gloves, is what those are.
No. A lot of A-listers were cast in this movie. So we've got the dude from Reanimator.
What happened?
We've got her from Nightmare on Elm Street 4. We have Dottie in there.
The drive-in.
Also, we have the skin suit guy. The
really, really bad therapist.
The judge from Ghostbusters.
Law does not recognize the existence of ghosts.
Is also in this movie. Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters 2. There's a lot of little bit parts or whatever. I don't know. I mean, as like confusing as stupid as this movie was.
No, I agree with you. I don't think it was confusing and stupid. I thought it was pretty good. You know, 80s horror movie, like, it was pretty good, you know?
I mean, yeah. Dude,
it was more realistic than some of the other ones. Like, there were a few really uncomfortable scenes. There was one scene in particular where she is, like, she's kind of cornered, but she also not really. Like, she willfully goes up in, like, a birdcage elevator to the storage floor with this psychopath that hasn't been taking his medication. And there are probably 4 scenes of him just, like, hitting, like, light bulbs that are turned on with his fists.
That was awesome.
And that was a cool scene.
Yeah,
that was
really
a
good.
Really good
there was
scene.
Also, the dude from Reanimator was really gross in this movie because he was very
yeah,
close.
he was a gropey therapist.
He was very close by.
Yeah, he's supposed to help this woman like recover from her trauma, you know,
and
he's just like, oh, you've got beautiful teeth.
What happened?
I mean, like, she wakes up, you know, from like a
traumatic,
but also like an induced slumber, you know, like they're just injecting her with shit through the whole movie. I mean, just, you know, and they're always like, feel better now that we've put this antipsychotic into your arm again.
Bad Dreams was I would recommend watching this movie. That's a little streak.
I thought Bad Dreams was a better movie overall than The Carpenter.
Evening, ma'am.
And you put that in your top 20 the other day.
Last time.
I thought Bad Dreams was pretty good.
You thought Bad Dreams was better than The Carpenter?
Not until the job's done.
I mean, in terms of production, yes. In terms of death scenes, absolutely.
Okay. All right,
absolutely.
That's
there
fair.
was this one scene where this couple who are both like crazy and they have like borderline personality disorder is the group that everybody is in, right? And so there's this man and this woman who have been like hate fucking basically, and then they decide that they're gonna go up to, I don't know, wherever they go to do it, which is really weird because she like has a private room that's like fully decorated and really nice. Like, it seemed like a perfectly fine place for them to just...
Not today.
Yeah.
Not today.
Just have their conjugal visit. But instead, they, like, went up to the... Or down to the... down to the boiler room or up to the attic or something.
They had to go up, remember, because all the...
The fan,
I don't know. blood came out.
So they both willfully went into, like, I don't know, some... fan blade. I don't know what it was. The rotator or something. I don't know. But they both walked through it, and then there was a scene where everybody who had AC pouring on them. Blood just
got blood dumped all over them. Because it came through the vents.
There's this, and as soon as that happens, like, our main character, she like opens her mouth.
Yeah.
Screaming. And then like, if that wasn't enough, then she sits in the pool of it and she starts like banging in the puddle, which is really funny because it has a radius. You could step 3 feet over and have no blood squirting on you.
Bad Dreams was absolutely worth our time, I think.
Worthy of a watch, for sure.
You had a good time, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I enjoyed.
Yeah. Okay, I did too. Definitely check out Bad Dreams. And we are going to move on to number 3. Okay, so this trailer is not anything at all about what you're about to witness. Because I watched this trailer and I thought I was under the impression... So, first of all, my impression of this trailer was that we were going to get a copycat Jason Voorhees style murder fest.
No problem.
With just tons of slasher kills, a pretty congruent storyline with, okay, here's what's happening, here are the people involved, and then here's what happens to those people. This movie did not have any fucking thing to do with any of the shit that you saw in the trailer. At all. Other than they had a fucking ton of cameos from the Friday the 13th series, including Kane Hodder.
Only one is the real Kane Hodder and has sworn to tell the truth.
And including Dee Wallace. You guys remember Dee Wallace in the Friday the 13th movies?
Oh, Jay, you shouldn't have let him go.
Me neither, because she wasn't in them. Wasn't in them. But she is the lead role in this fucking movie.
So I feel like what probably happened is there was a woman who happened to have the last name Voorhees. And then one day her teenage son came home and said, "Oh, we watched this movie. It has our last name in it." And she was like, "Really?" And then she decided to try and direct her own movie. And so what she did is she got all the scream queens of the 1980s horror genre and she's like, "Let's make a movie just about you guys and about..." I'm not sure. This is conjecture. This is just pure speculation. I'm not really sure how a movie like this happens if it's not a housewife that happens to have the last name of a 1980s horror icon in common. I just can't see. I can't see this being made any other way. Because as far as I know, which I'm not an expert by any means, this did no fan service to anybody at all.
Nope.
Like,
nope.
Oh, look, there's that monster from the Arbors.
Bringo.
Oh, fuck this movie. This looked like your standard fan service, right? Standard
That's what
fan
we thought
service.
it was going to be.
Yeah,
we thought it was
like,
going to be like an homage.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Kane Hodder is in this movie.
To tell the truth.
And he dies. He dies. I don't even fucking care. I don't care. He dies in this movie. Like, Jason Voorhees dies in this movie. Not just Kane Hodder, but also the other guy that played Jason. Like,
they
what
both
the
died
fuck?
heroes, though, so that's good. That was kind of a redeeming quality. I guess.
There was no redeeming quality about this movie at all. This is supposed to be a copycat. Sorry, I feel like I'm talking too much.
No, I think it's I think you're the only person qualified to really.
I'm not qualified to do anything. This fucking movie was billed out to be a fan service slasher flick based on the entire Friday the 13th series, right?
This is billed out to be.
The trailer billed it out to be.
Okay, all right,
that.
all right, that's fair.
Like, oh shit, this is a movie about all of the actresses. It was basically what I took from the trailer was that this was Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which means it had all of the ladies in it from the Friday the 13th series, right? And we're gonna put them in real life, and we're gonna kill them all off. It's gonna be amazing.
No!
Which New Nightmare was not fan service. New Nightmare fucking sucked. It was not this movie at all. This movie was confusing.
Mm-hmm.
It was haphazard. It was like, what the fuck are you doing in here, D. Wallace? Like, you're just a title now. You're just a big name, old school scream queen. Love you. But why did you do this?
This is such a weird place. Like, I guess it's an addition to the house, maybe, but it looks like an alleyway in the middle of her house. I kept on looking at this little partition between these rooms, and it's just... I don't know. I don't know if this is a real house. It's awesome. I wish we had one. Outside of that, I have nothing good to say about this movie.
No, there was no redeeming quality about this movie at all. Like, there was, right?
Good looking trailer, though.
Yeah. Doesn't the trailer look like it's gonna be...
Yeah, D.
like
Wallace with a handgun.
Like a fucking Friday the 13th movie. Just like a new... But, like, having all of the old cast involved in it. And all of the old cast was involved in it. Not all.
And then some.
And then some. And just like, what the fuck? A dartboard movie. It felt like. Like, we're gonna get all of these people from all of these other movies that everyone has come to know to love, and then we're gonna put a bunch of words on a board, and we're gonna throw darts at it, and whatever the dart hits, that's what we're gonna go with the plot synopsis, because this movie made no fucking sense at all.
It seems like 6 different people tried to write a script for a movie and then put it through a paper shredder and then tried to piece it back together.
Yeah. And then just taped everything back together, and that's what this movie was.
That's exactly what this felt like.
And this was awful. This movie was fucking garbage. There was nothing, like, just call it anything else. Don't involve Friday the 13th franchise with it. Like, because you got all of these actresses back into, and like, it jumped around everywhere.
Yeah,
like really, and like very confusing. Like, wait, is this the same character that played Tina in the 7th movie, or is this the character that played Tina in? And there was.
Great font though.
Fucking whatever. Moving on to our 4th and final film of the evening is Cry Wolf, and I believe this was in 2005. Movie is rated PG-13, so you kind of know what to expect. This was right around the height of AIM. AOL Instant Messenger. Yeah. Which is... Do you not remember all of the AIM conversations that they had?
No, I don't know anything about AIM.
AIM? No?
No.
Instant
I know
Messenger?
AOL.
Yeah.
I remember that noise that you would hear when you picked up the phone and then your parents would get mad at you or your sister.
I'm trying to get online!
You've got mail.
Fuck this movie, too. This movie was predictable and boring and slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing about this movie is there's a whole scene in the library where they're basically building their character design for the murderer that they're making. And they admit how lame the murderer outfit is while they're making it, and then it's like, if you guys acknowledge that it's lame to begin with, then it doesn't become menacing after you see it come to fruition. A hot orange ski mask isn't a scary thing.
No. No, it's not.
But like they got to choose your character. Like they were building a custom play in Dark Souls or something.
Very good.
And they could have done anything so much cooler, and they went with something really lame. And obviously they have a budget. I mean, they rented out a boarding school for this movie, so they hired a few people with some $4 accents to be the teachers, and I'm
going to detain a blighter for enjoying his whiskey.
It's alright, that's enough, sir.
They had some money to throw around. Like, they could have gone a little harder on the costume if it's supposed to be someone scary. But I guess the idea is to make it seem accessible. I don't know.
I wish
that somebody would have filled her eyebrows in a little bit more. It's hard to tell what she's feeling.
This
like the golden
was
arches. They're terrible.
So fucking boring. This is the actual trailer of the movie before it came out, and I cannot believe that this movie made it to theaters. I can't believe it.
Look at this bitch. She brought like her whole bathroom caddy with her. What is she planning on doing in the mirror? Did you see that? She has like 3 different conditioners.
You gotta make beauty somewhere.
Her hair is already perfect and dry when she gets to the mirror with that caddy full of stuff that she's gonna use. I don't know. That's not the only problem with this movie.
No, it's not. This movie, alright.
This British boy comes to this American school, and the first person that he meets is this redhead, right? With no eyebrows. And so he meets this girl, and the girl's like, oh, this girl got killed here last year, so under mysterious circumstances. How weird. And then she's like, hey, let's go and play this game, right? And so all the edgy kids or whatever of this boarding school, they all congregate, I think, in like the chapel or something, and they play, I think the game was actually called Cry Wolf. I don't know. Anyway, one person is the wolf, and everybody else has to try and figure out who the wolf is. Right? Like, it's like the game Mafia, or like that really cool new game on Netflix called The Hustle. Anyway, or like To Tell the Truth.
To Tell the Truth.
To Tell the Truth.
Yeah, that was basically this movie.
Well, that was
that was the beginning.
But that was kind of the whole premise of that set the tone for the entire movie.
Yeah.
And so from that 5-minute game session in here, like you can see that it's just going to be like full of twists
Deception.
and turns and
What a twist!
oh boy! But
who's the killer?
like. Even the twists and turns that you do see coming from a mile away, like when they get there, you don't care, and even the ones that you were wrong about, when they get there, you also don't care. Cause, like,
nothing. It was a nothing burger.
Yeah, it was.
This movie was a nothing burger. This movie was a chore.
With no eyebrows.
Spoiler.
Don't trust people with no eyebrows. Whoopi Goldberg. But I do know the value of filling in your eyebrows. It's important, otherwise people think you're an alien and, like, you can't express your emotions correctly. See how, like, concerned I look? Or, like, you need them. They do lots of work for your mouth.
Exterminate! What?
Eyebrows. You've got great eyebrows.
Okay.
Anyway... This movie did not have great eyebrows in it. I wouldn't watch it again. I would not suggest you do either. And that's not to say that Whoopi Goldberg hasn't had plenty of good movies.
There was no real redeeming quality to this movie at all. Standard 90s horror trope kind of shit. They tried to twist it in a way where... Oh, you didn't see it coming, but you did.
What a twist!
Yeah, and just because we decided to involve modern technology at the time doesn't make it a staple. And, I mean, right?
No, this is definitely not a staple. Nothing about this movie made it a staple. And if it was brought to you by... AOL, then you
AOL
guys
Instant Messenger.
probably why Google is like reigning supreme. Stupid, you guys, it's a stupid movie.
Yeah, fucking no, thank you. No good kill scenes, nothing. There's nope.
The lead redhead girl, though, the no eyebrows girl, she looks a lot like Regina George, though, from Mean Girls.
It's a match!
Yep. There they are. Bring them in from the side like that, too. In this movie, like...
Nothing happened in this fucking movie.
I think they even had, like, the widower scarf over her head when she's saying her tearful fake goodbye, you know, and she's like, it wasn't me. How would they prove it if it was? Spoiler, like I said, she did all of it. And then he only figures it out, like, the moment that she comes to visit him at the police station after he's murdered somebody. Oh, you have a visitor. Like, this isn't a hospital. You just...
This is a police station.
Why don't you go on out to the lobby?
We're trying to interrogate you right now. But hold up.
You're being questioned for murder. You have a
visitor.
Pretty hot redhead. She'd be better with eyebrows. Waiting for you in the lobby. Why don't you go on out there? Must be the San Francisco police station. They're pretty liberal with their...
Yeah, no, just go ahead. Just go ahead on in there. I guess I know what you guys...
Is it too early to start your conjugal visits?
Yeah.
No,
Oh my
never
God.
too early. There's a public restroom in the lobby, too.
Okay.
I know,
All right.
just saying, like, a lot of these people make these movies somehow, and they're like, we have no idea how the world actually works. And it's like, how did you get the budget for this? Give me that money.
I don't know.
You can do
This money. Okay. All right. That being said, do not check out Cry Wolf. You guys will have something to look forward to next time.
We also have to watch the original House of Wax, which Gary thinks Vincent Price was in.
That was last time.
But we still haven't watched it.
Not yet.
Since last time. Man, my memory must be improving. Remember all this?
Fuck, dude. Yeah. Good job.
Sorry.
All right. I believe that is it for us tonight. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to hit that bell button so you can watch us make asses of ourselves again. For another 40 minutes or whatever. Be sure to check all the links in the description below in case I decided to throw something in there that you might not know about. Oh, it's a mystery. I'll give $100 to the person who leaves a comment on the mystery link down below. $100 if you can leave us a comment. Just one.
As soon as
just one fucking comment.
As soon as our Patreon takes off, then we'll be sure to we'll pay up on that sweet $100.
I tell you what.
Stop promising people on YouTube money.
I don't have to promise anybody money on YouTube because no one watches this shit but us.
We're not going to give you any money.
We might.
We won't.
We might.
No.
Maybe.
Shut
Maybe.
up.
Maybe.
But it's so close.
The Laborers.
Close to.
L-A-B-O-R.
The Arbors.
Arbors. And this will probably be the last time that we take...
No, it won't. KJ will still take all of your recommendations and we'll listen to them.
Fuck.
We'll watch them.
I don't know. Well, any fucking... Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Are you fucking the bug? That's weird. That's gross.
Whoa.
I know. But it would have been more interesting to see that than this fucking movie. Okay, I'm all done interrupting now.
That was not an interruption. That was...
Truth. That was truth. That's all it was.
I bet he'll be like, who's hashtagging me today? I bet anybody who has lots of followers will do that. Just to see what...
Well, we don't do that.
Well, that's because...
Nobody watches it.
Yeah, that'd be dumb.
I think it was the,
Penny...
Somebody's sawing wood back there.
Anybody's guess.
Yeah.
She kind of looked like the daughter of the governor or mayor. I can't remember. In Silence of the Lambs.
Oh.
No, it puts the lotion on its skin. The size 14 in the bottom of the well.
Oh.
I think it was better than...
Right there. You fucking... Get your asshole off of the monitor, please.
Gross,
Thank
Spidey.
you.
Get out of here.
Because they got her. What the fuck are you doing, D? What are you doing right now? What happened here?
Fuck you.
What?
Yes, I've got to get me back on that sleeping schedule.
Yeah, you gotta get.
You gotta start waking up in time.
Right.
Get me caught up on my SpongeBob.
Let's get you caught up on SpongeBob. Where are you going?
Give me water. I finished my drink.
Oh. Well, I'm recording, so come on now.
It looks like they just glued 2 sets together, maybe, and then like threw some stairs in there.
I'm ready to move forward. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
It was a chore to get through.
I played phone games through the whole thing, and I don't think I missed a beat. So I'm just kidding. I don't know.
No eyebrows? No good. She'd be better if she got cut in half with a chainsaw.
We're gonna have to watch that movie.
Did
she have eyebrows in that movie?
I don't remember.
So you don't even know if she felt it.
Oh my god.
No money for you.
No, maybe.
Terrible.